channel, baby.
Yeah.
What it do, Half and J family. Welcome back to the channel, baby. It's your boy Half.
And your girl Jay.
And we back
with
another reaction video. All right, y'all, we about to get to reactions. We're going to react to somebody we kind of react to. Not a lot, but we have reacted to before in the past. So let them know who we can react to today.
Charlie Kirk.
And the name of the title is?
Will more money help the black community?
Will more money help the black community? I think more money will help any community, to be honest with you. Not just the black community. But let's see what this, I don't know what you want to call it, protester has to say. But anyway, let's get into it, man. But before we do, everybody that's out there who has not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button.
Yes.
Turn your post notifications on.
Yes.
Like and share this video.
Yes.
And then comment down below, baby. Come and join the squad, man.
Half and J.
You dig? Plus, we already kicking off. What?
Good vibes, baby.
Good vibes.
Boom.
I know I'm looking rough, y'all, but I promise you, I'm gonna get groomed up very shortly, man. Very shortly. You don't see my hair like that. Ooh. Don't start laughing at me now. All right, here we go.
All right, well, good afternoon. Been a long time fan, but
Thank you. Just talk right into the mic if you can, please.
Oh, okay. The topic I want to discuss with you today is it's on reparations, but more so why there's a bias towards Black Americans when it comes to reparations. Now, I understand that no Black American alive has ever been a slave. I acknowledge that. However, sorry. The point I wanted to make is that reparations have been given to other ethnic groups, Asian Americans for their incarceration during World War II, Native Hawaiians, sorry I wrote it all down, but even former slave owners, specifically the ones in the North that had to give up their slaves. They were compensated for former slaves. However, why is it that when it comes to Black people receiving reparations, there seems to be a lot of pushback to the point where now, now it's almost laughable to even think about Black people getting reparations for something in the past?
Well, for any of those examples, was there intergenerational reparations given?
No.
So they're not necessarily applicable, right? So those were the actual people that received it because a wrong was done to them.
Correct.
We're talking about something 150 years removed. And also, not every Black person is a descendant of slaves.
Correct.
Some are mixed race, some are able to prove that. But I think more importantly, we should ask the question, have we spent a lot of money on the Black community the last 50 years? And if so, has it worked?
It's a good question because, obviously there are certain communities in Black America that are not so great. Some of the traumas and problems they have are of their own making. I acknowledge that. Thankfully, I was raised away from all that, 2 loving parents.
And that's the greatest thing that you are, if not the greatest. And that's my hope for every child, Black, white, or Asian, to have 2 parents. That is a ticket to success. Please continue.
But the example I wanted to use was the 2 Tulsa survivors. They tried to, they're aged, over 100 years old. They've tried to sue the Oklahoma government for reparations for their lost property. And they were actually denied reparations. And to me, when I read about that, because to me that was kind of the test to see, like, okay, they say reparations shouldn't go to people who weren't directly affected. Well, here we have 2 people who were directly affected, who were there, and they were still denied reparations. So to me, that kind of confirmed that it was never about who was directly affected or not. To me, it just sounds like there's a bias towards Black Americans.
Okay, I don't know about that instance. I'll look into it. But more broadly, I do want to just repeat the point, and something to think about, you don't have to answer it, that we've spent trillions of dollars on trying to improve the well-being of Black Americans since the 1960s. And actually, Black America is poorer per capita and on average in relation to other groups than it was in the 1960s. So I would argue it's actually not a resource or a money thing. It's a values thing.
Right.
And the values, unfortunately, that are predominantly in the Black community right now are quasi-suicidal.
Right.
Fair point.
Right.
But yeah, basically, I just wanted you to. I didn't know if I was going to change your mind, but it's something I wanted you to think about.
I'll research the example that you gave, and thank you for watching our content and being a supporter.
Definitely.
Would you like a
Get a
hat?
signed hat?
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, man. It's great. Thank you.
Wait, stop. You're.
I 100% agree with Charlie.
Yeah, he made a good point. And I mean, the protester guy, I mean, he made some pretty valid points himself. But like Charlie said, those who were granted the money was directly affected by it. You know what I mean? So, you know, I mean, everybody has their own opinion on if black people should get, first of all, like he said, all black people won't get it anyway.
Right,
they're
because
not
we're not all descendants
descended
of
from
slaves.
You know, and then the ones who are descendant of slaves, do you think though they should get them, or do you think they should just forget about it and move on?
Like he said, it's 150 years removed. Like, you know, I don't know.
Because wasn't it a saying? What I mean, didn't I'm not for sure. I don't know if it's just a saying or a slang or whatever it may be, but didn't they say they supposed to owe us 40 acres and a mule or something like that? Like that's what we supposed to be owed.
I have no idea. I don't know.
So you say that you do think that they should get the money, or you don't, for the descendants from slaves?
My thing is, if you weren't directly affected, I mean, what are you getting paid for, really? Just the fact that your loved one, you know, went through slavery, like what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I think that would help to start building generational wealth. I mean, something that our ancestors, well, I don't know exactly my ancestors, I never already looked into that before, but I know they was robbed of opportunities to leave behind generational wealth.
who?
Slaves, or our ancestors. If our ancestors were slaves, like if I'm a descendant from a slave, right? Then whoever my ancestors were, they was robbed from, again, leaving behind generational wealth as far as getting a good job, good education, you know, own their own business, you know what I mean, things like that. So I look at it like, so who it's kind of like.
So wasn't there wealth for the black community
Was it,
in the 60s? Like, wasn't there wealth in?
I have no idea. I have to look into that. I can ask my mom. I mean, she was around that time, but you know, other than that, I couldn't answer that question. But so when they gave the Indians their money, did they give it to the ones who was directly affected by whatever?
Well, I don't know what. I personally don't know, you know, why each group was given money. Like what happened, what you know? I don't know how that worked.
Right. Me neither. So that's why I can't really speak
about.
up on it like that. But
So how do you feel about the trillions of dollars that were put into the black community, and for the black community to still, like certain parts, still be in poverty?
So, what money was spent on the black community though? Like doing what?
Just free aid, free, just the government assistance, that was, provided to help the black community. And how do you feel about that?
And the question is again?
How do you feel about the money being given to the black community and for the communities to still be in poverty?
I think a lot of black people kind of took it for granted and kind of manipulated the system and handicapped themselves when they was given the opportunity to kind of get out of the situation that they were in by giving assistance and giving government funds and food stamps and et cetera, et cetera.
Just making poor choices.
Just making poor choices. Got comfortable with that lifestyle type of thing. You know what I mean? Felt like, okay, well, I don't need to go to work now. I can just kind of live off of this, and then...
Instead of like taking some of the money out, saving.
Right.
For...
Right. And using it how it's supposed to be used.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like just a stepping stone to get you...
Do you feel like people have a right to complain about the black community, being in poverty? Do you feel people...
I mean, if they're going to complain, they have to complain and look at themselves, though. The ones who's the problem of the community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
you have the ones that, have taken advantage of the money and complain.
Yeah. Those people are just, they hate to say it, but they're ignorant.
Yeah.
They're ignorant. You again, at some point you have to take accountability of what's going on. And like I said, the ones who's causing the issues in the community, majority of the time, those are the ones who's complaining.
Do you feel that there's a lot of ignorance in the black community?
100%. 100%.
I agree.
100%. And I feel like across the board, there's a lot of ignorance in a lot of communities out there, but it's always being spotlighted on the black community for some reason. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
and I think that those... Go ahead.
There's, other people who, who live in poverty, who, have had a, life didn't do them so well. But do you feel that it's more so in the black community? That poverty and,
I can answer that saying yes, because I never really truly lived in a different kind of community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I never really lived in the upper scale community. So, and coming from where I come from, which was predominantly black, you know what I mean? It was.
But do you think that's why we're spotlighted? Because it happens more so in the black community?
Yeah, but what I have learned though throughout my time is everybody is dealt different hands, right? But it's up to that person to play that hand.
Yeah.
How it should be played.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of people come from the same struggle.
Right.
But did not choose to go that route as far as getting government assistance and this, that, and the third, and you know what I'm saying, so forth and so forth. Like my mom, for example, she never got on government assistance.
Right.
You know what I mean? She always felt like that wasn't for her. You know what I mean? So
do you feel like the black community, we handicap each other? We don't hold each other accountable like other races do?
Yeah, I think that. And like I said, again, because I feel like it goes back to getting comfortable. You know what I'm saying? With that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel comfortable collecting government money. So,
but even without collecting government assistance or anything like that, like just as a people, do you feel like like bad decisions are embraced in our culture. Like, just overall, like when someone goes to prison and gets out, we throw a party. We celebrate the fact that a criminal just got out, did a crime, and we celebrate it.
So you're saying that it should not be celebrated by them getting out?
By them doing a crime?
No, by them getting out. They paid their time. They did their time.
They
paid
did
their
the
time to
time,
society,
but why is it why a celebration?
Maybe for a new start, a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're celebrating. It would be different if they went in for that crime. They celebrated him going in and her.
Okay,
going
say a man, a black man went into prison for abusing a woman or abusing a child, child abuse, and he gets out, but he's being celebrated. A party is thrown and all of that. Like, it's like I feel like we don't hold each other accountable for our wrongdoings. No, you don't hold it against him, but why throw a big celebration? That's all I'm saying. Like,
no, and again, I feel like it's because they're celebrating the rehabilitation of that person. Like, they're not celebrating what he has done. And again, it goes back to, like I said, the ones who's actually doing the dirt in the.
But don't you like when a child does something bad? Would you take them to go buy a toy? Isn't it like
But when that child gets off of punishment and he has did his time in the corner or.
But don't you feel like that's like contributing to like the bad behavior? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you have repeat offenders, and then people are repeatedly celebrating these repeat offenders when they come home. Like I just feel like as a black community, we don't hold each other accountable, and that's our biggest downfall. Like I feel like I've said it before in one of our other videos. Like, black men are celebrated for cheating. Like, it's celebrated, it's commendable. You know, you guys get a dap, a hug, what's up, pimping. You know, you guys get.
I think nowadays it's across the board. It's not in the black community. I think it's everywhere. Men get celebrated for cheating. Women get celebrated for cheating.
But it's mainly. But I feel like it's mainly.
Down talking to man.
I feel like it's mainly in the black community. I feel like we like I said, we don't hold each other accountable.
Well, that's so. Since you keep saying it's in the black community, what other community have you been in to where you can say, okay, well, I don't see it happening in this community like that?
Because I don't see, like, I see a lot of, when I'm out, I see a lot of couples, a lot of married couples that aren't black, and I see them holding hands. I see, you know, the ring. I see them. You know, I see the difference. I see the differences.
I hardly ever see any young or around our age group, black or white. I ain't gonna really say that. Really, I'm gonna probably say mostly maybe black. They don't hold hands at all. They'll walk through a store and.
Yeah, but I'm that's what I'm saying. I see other races, like, you know, a pat on the butt, or you know what I'm saying. I see them giving each other affection. I
think because the black women, again, they're too feminist. They feel like they don't need nobody. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, who is you to tell me something? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what this our community as black women has led to. Like, they don't have no respect for men. You'll see a woman disrespecting a black man, and her homegirl is cheering her on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck that nigga, girl. Whoop de whoop whoop, you bitch ass nigga.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't hold each other accountable. Like, instead of like what you just, the scenario you just said, instead of her telling her, no girl, like, you know, talk to him, you know, don't, you know what I'm saying?
No, I hear what you're saying.
Like, we don't hold each other accountable, and that's our biggest downfall as the black community goes.
Yeah.
We are our biggest downfall.
Well, how about we just do a video on talking about
Pretty
that?
much did it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and just, you know, touch on that, you know? But what you guys thinking, man? Do you guys think that with more money help the black community? You know what I mean? Comment down below, let us know what you think about that. And if you don't have anything else to talk about, let's go ahead and jump into some shout outs.
Okay, so first shout out goes to Ruben Perez. What's up, Ruben Perez?
Ruben Perez, shout out to you, man. Hope you definitely enjoyed that reaction. Let us know what you thought about it. Comment down below.
Yes.
Come back and join us for some more reactions.
Yes. Second shout out goes to Margaret Grady. What's up, Margaret Grady?
Margaret Grady, shout out to you. Hope you definitely enjoyed the reaction as well. Let us know what you thought about it. Comment down below. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Make sure you guys keep God first.
Most importantly.
And we'll catch you guys in the next reaction